you still care to talk to me?
So what's up guys, it's here by Nino or Quadigi, and today we had a nice little in-game update or a hotfix update for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And here's some of the patch notes that they gave us in-game, which I'm glad they're actually on time with. Sometimes these things come like a couple days later. Today they actually came out, today, which, I applaud them for. Gotta give them a nice little clap. Not mentioning these patch notes, if you guys look throughout the menus, we have shipment 24/7, so for all of you camel grinders, make sure to grind shipment, but they did change some things with shipment which might make camel grinding a little bit slower. We'll talk about that later. And they also gave us deathmatch domination. If you guys want a video on that, just let me know as soon as possible in the comment section below. But let's look over these patch notes and see what they changed. As you guys can see, they changed the headshot multiplier for the MP5. They actually reduced it. So they made it a lot more weaker in that sense, and they gave it a small reduction to the 10mm ammo round range. So you know that thing, the ammunition that I keep advertising to you guys on my videos to use when using the MP5? Well, that got nerfed. However, it's only a small reduction to its range. However, I'm not exactly sure if it's its overall range or just range from afar. Either way, I still think it's going to be pretty viable to use because you're going to be using the MP5 in close quarters combat and not really in longer ranges. So honestly, this is not even going to shake up the MP5 that much. Headshots might not mean that much anymore, but I still think the damage of the 10mm round is still going to be much more stronger than a lot of the other weapons in the game, especially if you run stopping power in pubs. Now, we also have changes to the M4, the M4A1 to be exact. They did a small damage decrease to reduce headshot effectiveness. So basically, the same thing as, almost the same thing with reducing the headshot multiplier. But instead of it just affecting the headshots, they actually affected towards the whole body. So the damage pretty much got reduced entirely across whether you're hitting the head or the body. It's more in line to pretty much reduce the lethality of getting 2-shot headshots. I think it's probably going to be like 3-shot headshots at this point. And there was a small range decrease. I still feel like the M4 is going to be a solid weapon. However, in my opinion, I think the Ram 7 might have the edge over the M4 in this regard now. Now let's look at the M13. They actually decided to buff the M13 with a range increase, small reduction to horizontal recoil, which I did find a problem with initially with the M13. Small damage increase to boost headshot effectiveness. So basically the opposite of what the M4 got. Pretty much the M4 or the M13's damage overall was buffed, but that's to make sure the headshot multiplier, make sure the M13 kills in a less shot, basically. I'm guessing what they're saying. So I'm guessing it was a very, very like 3-shot kill into the head to kill the M13. That was probably going to be a 2-shot hit to the kill. I don't know exactly what the headshot multipliers are for the M13, but I'm pretty sure that's what they were going for. So the M13 is a little bit more competitive now. That was a pretty good buff for the M13. And with the crossbow, they pretty much made it weaker against kill streaks, you guys can see there. Let's also look at the other notes. Regarding shipment, spawn tuning to reduce the frequency of instant deaths and spawn traps, and adjustments to spawn positions around the edge of the map for all modes. New spawn logic for domination. So that's pretty huge. You guys have seen whenever I post a shipment video that I pretty much just spawn trap with a wheelson or I spawn trap in a corner. Well, now apparently, I haven't gotten on the game to play shipment just yet, but I'm pretty sure you're going to have to find a new method of spawn trap when it comes to shipment. And I've been seeing all over Twitter that shipment is pretty much a lot more different now, thanks to these patch notes. So what do you guys think about shipment now, for those of you that played it today? I haven't gotten a chance to play it, but I will be playing it tonight on stream at twitch.tv/markOverHero. If you guys want to check me out, please do so. I appreciate all the support. We were already at 3,200 followers. We're about to be at 3,300 followers, which is freaking insane. Continue to support me, and I'll freaking love you forever. Also, if you guys are enjoying the video so far, make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe if you do, turn on post notifications, because now we're going to talk about whether the M4 or the MP5 are still kings, or I guess you want to say queens, of the gun meta in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I mean, when it comes to the MP5, I think the MP5 is still going to be the most lethal gun in the game. This is the thing. They made these changes because the most recent event of Call of Duty Modern Warfare just passed. The most recent competitive event in Minnesota. And they usually do some game altering changes, or try to do game altering changes after competitive events. And with the MP5 and the M4, they were the only guns used in those events. See, if DLC guns were allowed, I'm pretty sure more people would be using the Ram 7. But since I don't think DLC guns are allowed, none of the base guns actually compete with the M4. With the MP5 is the same issue. So that's why they decided to reduce the effectiveness on the MP5 and the M4 to try and attune for more gun variety in the competitive scene. However, I just don't think with the MP5 that nerf isn't going to be enough. The way that the MP5 is designed, the feel of the gun, and just the mobility with it and its time to kill, I don't think these reductions in its lethality is going to be enough to convince others, pro players, to actually change up their weapon style. I don't think the P90 is going to stand a chance. I don't think the MP7 is going to stand a chance. I don't think the Bison is going to stand a chance. Those are like the top 3 SMGs after the MP5, more or less. And I want to see a reason to change from the MP5. So the MP5 meta, it's still going to be in very, very good effect. However, with the M4, I can kind of see maybe the Scar being a little bit more competitive now. But that's like a very, 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 very unlikely change as well. When you look at all the ARs, they don't really stand a chance. I feel like they might want people to use the FR556. But the M4 is still going to maintain its recoil. That's the power of the M4. Its recoil is extremely accurate. I feel like that's the only reason a lot of these pro players still are going to use the M4 even with these nerfs. The M4 is still going to be king. When you think about it, when you think about previous Call of Duties, there was mainly 2 guns, one AR and one SMG in competitive that people would use. In Black Ops 4, most people would use the SOG and maybe the Maddox. The SOG and the Maddox were pretty much the meta in that game. When you think about Advanced Warfare, the ASM-1 and the BAL, it's just like you can't dethrone the guns. Most likely, more than often, you won't be able to dethrone the guns and put other guns in the mix, because the guns that already are the strongest in the game will most likely stay the strongest in the game. Especially in Infinity Ward games. When you think about Infinity Ward and Infinite Warfare, all I think is K-Bar. When I think Ghost, I think Remington. I don't think of any other guns that could potentially touch those guns in terms of effectiveness. Maybe the NV4 was actually pretty competitive. Yeah, the NV4 was pretty competitive. And also when it comes to Black Ops 4, the ICR. But once again, there's not much variety when it comes to it. I don't even think many people use the Swordfish in Black Ops 4 as many people as use the M8A1 back in Black Ops 2. So you see what I'm saying there? Like, there's not going to be much gun variety regardless. There is a gun tier list, obviously, and the M4 and the MP5 aren't going to be thrown off of their S tier gun list. Like, if anything, like I said before, I could expect the Ram 7 to kind of compete with the M4, but that's only if they allow the move to allow DLC guns to be used in competitive. Because everybody should be able to get the Ram 7, in my opinion. Because it's in the battle pass, everybody can earn it for free just by grinding the game, so I just don't see why they make it they don't make it a competitive gun, because I feel like it has that competitive feel. It reminds me of the MTAR, besides the Remington from Ghost, the MTAR X also took a precedence in the SMG section for Call of Duty Ghost, and the Vector. The Ghost Vector and the Ghost MTAR X were the gun meta for that game when it came to competitive. That's what they're trying to appeal for when it comes to these changes. I like with the M13, like the buff of the M13, I don't think it's going to be a competitive gun. Like, it's not going to match up against the M4. I could be completely wrong though. Like I said before, I haven't touched the M13. But that's just a thing around Call of Duty. Call of Duty weapon meta changes usually don't really change the gun a lot. Just when you think about Modern Warfare 3, you think ACR, MP7, maybe the P90, but those 3 guns like pretty much reign supreme. Pretty much the MP7 and the ACR. Like you could lose so many other Call of Duties that like there's no gun variety because some guns are just purely stronger than others. Let me know your guys' opinions in the comment section below if I kind of open your mind about this. Like, no matter how much they nerf the M4 and the MP5, like they're only going to be doing slight tweaks. They would have to really destroy the guns in order to force people to use other guns. And let me know, would you guys want to see people use other guns besides the M4 and the MP5 when they're going quote-unquote try-hard or competitive, or whatever the case may be? I would say that the AK-47 can stand a competitive chance, for that recoil kind of like deters it from it. That's the thing, the M4's recoil is too good in this game. The MP5's power is too good when compared to the other SMGs. The MP7 and the P90 have like no recoil and a fast fire rate, but that initial power from the MP5 just overpowers those two SMGs. So yeah, are there any other guns you guys would like to see in the competitive scene when it comes to Call of Duty Modern Warfare? And do you like the shipment spawns when it comes to Call of Duty Modern Warfare now? And yeah, sorry for being out all day. I wasn't able to like pretty much play today because I had to freaking take care of some real life stuff, but just know that I really appreciate the freaking love and support. We actually hit 34,000 subscribers, and I just want to say thank you for all the love and support. You guys enjoyed my video, and you guys enjoyed my commentary. You know, it was a different type of commentary. You know, I usually don't do these types of videos because I didn't have time today, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it regardless. You guys are all big ballers. You guys want to see news, updates, entertaining class setups, entertaining gameplay, or more commentaries, you guys can stay tuned on the channel by dropping a like, subscribing if you're new, and turning on those post notifications. So let's keep it going. Let's hit 35K now. And follow me on Twitch like I said before. I'll be playing on Twitch tonight. And I'll probably be testing out some more of the guns, nerfs, and buffs, or whatever the case may be. I'll see you all later. And bye. I love you.